He's got the internet jamming to his beat.
Initially, I started doing for others, then I started making my own songs, and then I started putting content online.
His content is a mashup of comedy and music.
It was very interesting the way they are speaking, and I just started jamming on my software.
NewsX influencer A-list proudly recognizes Yashraj Mukhate for influence in comedy content creation. Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX Influencer A-List. I'm Aarti Krishnan. I have with me Yashraj, who all of you know as someone who creates a lot of parodies online. All right. Yashraj, why don't you tell us about the kind of content you create? And let's go back a little bit and talk about the first video that made you viral.
So I've been doing music production from since I think from last 7 years professionally. And before that, I was doing my engineering, and as soon as I finished my engineering, I started doing music production. Initially, I started doing for others, then I started making my own songs, and then I started putting content online. That is how it started. And in the lockdown of 2020, I put out another video um, which was a dialogue mashup of a dialogue that I had seen on TV on the internet, and that kind of became viral. So that video was Rasode Mein Kaun Tha.
Yeah.
And I added beats to that, and so that was in lockdown 2020.
Right. So let's talk about, I'm sure a lot of our viewers would be, very interested to know how did that thought occur to you to make a mashup of a dialogue and something that's not, something that is from a serial, not something that people would have, something that would have stricken them as comical, but you've managed to make that into something viral. How did that strike you?
It wasn't a very well thought, I did not think it that much. It was very instinctive. I just saw that something like too much overacting was happening in that one scene, and I thought I should just and it was very rhythmic the way they were speaking, the characters were speaking. So it was just my another experiment that I was doing. I had done a few more videos like that before that also, a couple of videos, and I always used to get more number of views on those compared to my original songs or compared to the other covers that I made.
Right.
So I knew people are liking this, and two videos that I put right before that video had done really good, and people had already started sharing those videos. They were all like below 50 seconds only. None of the videos were like, I think, because I had like Instagram limitations were also there, so you could only put 1 minute videos at that point of time. So I used to make sure that my content is small, and so that people consume it immediately and then share it with their friends. So these little things I didn't mind, but this one particular video, thought that it was very interesting the way they are speaking, and I just started jamming on my software with the dialogue, and it came out really nice. And I put it, and I did not expect that it will explode like this. But it fit in the algorithm, and people liked it, and even the characters in the video, people had already seen it on TV. So they were already very familiar, and they thought this was something very fresh that I did with that, and it was I did not expect that people will find it funny, as in the sense. I thought people will find it entertaining because I musically had made it in a way that it should sound like a song. So if you see at the video also, it is 50 seconds. It's very short, but there's an intro, then there's a verse, then there's a bridge, and there's a proper chorus. So that is how I treated it as a song. But then, people liked it, and people were laughing, and then they made memes, and then celebrities were commenting on it, and it was great.
Right. Now, like you said, you mentioned, restrictions on Instagram, but I want to talk to you about how you view, since you're somebody who creates music online, how do you see the online platform as opposed to YouTube or something like Instagram with the reels and with a shorter version of, video content creation? Do you find that more, appealing, a way to connect with people easier as a musician?
Yeah, so I'm from that generation. I have been consuming Instagram and YouTube from a very long time, and I have seen the platform evolve from initially when it was only just putting pictures on Instagram.
Right.
They put out started allowing videos.
Right.
So I have seen the growth. Then Snapchat came in, then it came down to 10 seconds. So I had seen it growing as in the limit time limit going down and down and down. So attention span my attention span is also very low. So it is not about the audience. It is in general, people don't like to watch something they are not interested in more than for more than 3 seconds or 4 seconds. So it is very necessary that you grab their attention in the first 4 or 5 seconds so that they continue watching it. And even the content is good, they are not going to watch it for more than 1 minute. So according to the platform restrictions, that is how my content also shaped in a way.
Right.
So those were the restrictions that time. And after when TikTok came in, then it again got a little like very low. And then stories and all. So it has always been below 1 minute. And I kind of like that because like if I have to make a 3-minute song, then it requires me to have an intro, then a verse, then a bridge, then a chorus, then a music piece in between, then the second verse, then like it's a long process. So
Right.
long process requires longer time and requires more efforts, and I'm lazy also that way. So I like doing short content where I have to just convey one emotion and one idea quickly and then move forward. So I like this format, and yeah, I think I will do longer format content, but this is quicker and the response time is also nice. If I put it on my platform, within minutes I get to know that if it is working or not working, because people, if it is good enough, people start sharing it immediately.
Right.
So yeah, I like this short format content.
Right. Speaking of, your preferences as well, you've been creating music for quite some time. Like you said, we've seen some of your videos from before you went viral, and even since then, the kind of long format music you've been creating. But do you think this sort of comical parody making is then your USP, and will you be continuing and sticking with that?
I did not know that it was my USP while doing the first few videos. When people started making memes, and then I found that people are laughing at the videos and they are enjoying it as a comedy content piece. Initially my videos were also trending on YouTube in the comedy page. So that found that very interesting, because I did not attempt to make people laugh. It was only that I see what I'm doing with the music and how I'm turning this sound into something you won't expect. So when I realized that people are laughing at it, then my next videos, then I started thinking about it in that way. And so for me, it is still, when I work on those videos as a music piece, it works. When I forcefully try to make people laugh, then it doesn't work, because it shows in the video also, in the content piece also. So for me, it is still the music part of it which I find very interesting.
Right. I was coming to that part, where it's a work in progress. And just like anybody who tries out with comic and comedy, sometimes the jokes hit and sometimes they're just a miss. But have you ever felt that the kind of need to then, once one video does really well, you then feel pressured to, in your next video, perform even better? For example, your latest did really well. The Boring Day video did really well, but then, and then that just sort of goes up and down, right? So have you ever felt that stress of when you're creating your videos?
Yeah, absolutely. Right from the first video, when it went viral, the immediate stress that I had was that I did not want it to be a one video wonder thing.
Right.
I immediately wanted to put out something which is slightly better than that, or equally good as that video. So yes, from last 2 years I have not slept really well because at night I keep thinking about what will be the content, what will be my next content, because I want to put out good content, but it is not easy to generate good content. It is very hard, and there are many videos that I've made already in my computer, but after making and after listening to them once or twice, I realized that it is not working. But they are decent videos, but I think that they are not as good as the videos which are already out, so I don't put them out. So it happens, and there's a lot of pressure. Initially तो बहुत ज़्यादा pressure था, but then I realized that if I'm just taking too much pressure, I won't be able to make anything. So I just have to like just keep on making and just deal with the stress. And the good content only happens when the mind is completely relaxed and you're not thinking about anything, and suddenly comes something in the mind. So I try to not stress that much now. I've managed to deal with it. So now it is much better than what it was a year ago. So now I've managed.
So, Yashraj, you've managed to get into the mindset where even if there is a jingle that people don't like, a lot of ad jingles that sometimes when we were watching as kids, we may not even like it, but it's stuck in your head. So you've managed to get into that, you've tapped into that sort of mentality where your 30-second or 15-second video is stuck in people's heads. So what is then your future plan in terms of, we did speak about, now you found this sort of beat that you want to then, work into in the future of your music creation. Let's talk a little bit about what you're then looking for yourself in the future when it comes to content creation, because once you go viral, your life changes. Then how do you then work with that?
So the most important thing that has happened to me is that I have created my own distribution system. So if I have to make something other than this, I have my own distribution system. I don't have to go to a label or to a producer to distribute my songs,
right,
or any content that I make. For example, if I decide to make a short film tomorrow, I can just make the short film and put it on my YouTube channel. I don't need to have a infrastructure for that.
Absolutely.
So that is the best thing that has happened. That is the first best thing that has happened. Second best thing is that I have got access to people who have been in the industry for so many years. I get to talk to them. I get to take their advice. So that is a huge advantage. That has no substitute. That has like nothing can match that.
Right.
So these are two things that have really that are really helping me as a music producer also. So I'm a slightly better music producer that I was 2 years ago, definitely, because my efficiency has increased. I've been working more. Initially, before that, I was very lazy. I used to like make like one video in like 2 months and all. But now making more, generating more, that is making me better as a music producer also. So all these nice things have happened, and the next goal is to make a sound of myself. Like, people know me for the short videos. I want to make original songs, and then see if they like those original songs which have nothing to do with any dialogue, which are made only around one emotion, with proper lyrics, with proper like I want them to feel something listening to my original songs as well. So that is something I'm working on right now.
Absolutely.
I hope that works. And as I said, like, distribution is not a problem now, because I can make it and I just put it on my YouTube channel.
Right, Yashraj, thank you for joining us and sharing your journey with us, sharing your future plans, and all the best to you. Hope you keep making more music and making more people laugh.
Thank you, Aarti. Thank you so much.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.